I'm ready. I think I'm next because like I have 10 fights, 10 finishes, and this guy gonna take his head off one round. And what they're gonna say now? People now they say like he didn't beat somebody on top 10. Who cares about that shit? I don't know. But he's number 2. When I take his head, what they gonna say? I can't say anything more. So
Yeah. Can I give you my expertise? I've read a lot of your articles, Khamzat, and you're right. The mentality does separate us, especially when you have a base like wrestling. If your plan is to become a 3-time division champ, I want to challenge you. Is this man? Is he what he says he is? Is he the real deal? Can he do what he's saying?
Yes, he can.
What's your take on everything? Do you believe Khamzat Chimaev gets rid of Israel Adesanya and no more than 3 rounds?
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, and then I come in and take him out.
Is he going to be the first triple champ in UFC history? The Schmo's sitting next to a double champ, but do you think he's the most likely guy to do it?
Possible, yeah. Yeah. I told you, mentality's everything.
As if I don't get there first, Chimaev.
What's up, everybody? Henry Cejudo here, a.k.a. Triple C, and welcome to this episode of Breaking Down the Fight. I am here with none other than Uncle Chael Sonnen, and today we'll be breaking down Nate Diaz versus Khamzat Chimaev.
Yes.
When I see this fight, a lot of people, Chael, they see this is going to be a run-through. This dude's going to get pounded. This dude's going to get put in through the dryer, and they're just going to throw him out, and that's it. But at the same time, it's like the experience that Nate Diaz has of those 5 rounds, the fact that he's a triathlete and what he does, and how he tests to pick it up between the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round, I think it's also dangerous. But he's also going up against Khamzat Chimaev, a big threat, not just at 170 pounds, but also 185 pounds. I mean, this guy is dangerous. This guy is a true Dagestani gangster. He's going to take you down. He's going to cuff you. He's going to ride you, college-style wrestling, and he's planning on pounding the crap out of you. When I see this fight on paper, I think a lot of people are really sleeping on Nate Diaz. Yep. You know why? Because of maybe his past fights that he's had. Obviously, he has several losses, but in a 5-round fight, I wouldn't necessarily sleep on him, Joe.
12-1 underdog is what Nate is. Biggest upset in the UFC is when TJ Dillashaw beat Renan Barão. Biggest upset for a championship, and TJ was an 8-1 underdog. To put that in perspective for you, this is a 12-1 dog. Now, something you said earlier, and I'll requote you, that he's going to go out there and get ragdolled. He's going to run through Nate Diaz. Timeout. Both can be true. Yes, Nate is going to get beat up. Yes, Khamzat is going to check the positions. He is going to put him where he wants. Yes, he's going to pound away. That's not the same thing as Nate Diaz loses the fight. I've seen Nate Diaz get ragdolled and get pounded plenty of times. You talk about the conditioning. He's a constant rope-a-dope. He is constantly giving away a round, but pulling on the head. He's pulling on your wrist. He's chopping away at your leg just a little bit. He's buying for later moments. So it is one of those situations where if they get to the 20th minute and the 23rd minute, you will be on the edge of your seat. And one thing that helps this fight, you want to talk about 12-1 underdog. There's no way that Nate can win. Okay, we can't say that with a straight face when we just saw what Leon did to Kamaru Usman, right? We have to get reminded of that every couple of years. We constantly build somebody. We always think there's some guy there that's so good he can just put you on your finger and spin you around. And then we find out that Leon Edwards the champion of the world with 1 minute and 24 seconds left. My only point being, if there has ever been a time that we learned in this sport we cannot count somebody out, somebody that's a dog, somebody that's tough, somebody that's been there and done that, it's right now.
Yeah. And when I think about this fight, too, so tactically, the way I see this fight is like Islam is going to take Nate down.
Yeah.
A lot of where I hope Nate's fight camp probably went was on bottom. I'm talking about going through roll-throughs, getting to your feet, fighting off the cage, things of that nature. Because if Nate Diaz is planning on just keeping on his feet, I'm not sure if that power is really going to produce in that fight. Because we saw Khamzat get clipped by Gilbert Burns, and he was able to take it, wobbled him, but ever take it forward. The only thing with Khamzat that does scare me is that gas tank.
Yes.
That gas tank. That gas tank could be a little questionable. Especially when we saw, so you bring up what happened with Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards. Let's take it into consideration, guys. That almost happened to Leon Edwards against Nate Diaz. You put another minute on the clock, Nate Diaz becomes, wins that fight and, potentially beats the you know, the welterweight champion of the world. So a lot to consider. If you're in Nate Diaz's shoes, how would you fight this
All right,
fight?
well, I do think the management of energy is relevant, right? We have a question mark there. Chimaev, as big a fight as he's better, he's never been the main event. He's never walked out last in a sold-out arena. He's never been a 12-1 favorite in any fight that he has.
And all
he's
that
also
plays a role.
Never gone 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's never gone 25 minutes. And you want to talk about managing energy. I don't know that he had a lot left after Gilbert Burns. In fairness, he didn't need to. It wasn't a 25-minute fight. But we're still going to look at that, right? We're going to judge absolutely everything. I was training partners with Nate Diaz, and there's a rule in our sport: what happens in the practice room, you keep it there. Now, you can kind of find your way around that rule if you're saying good things about the other guy, right? If you're saying and I'll tell you, when I worked out with Nate, I was 200 pounds, right? I'm all juiced up, Henry. You got to understand that this is a skinny 155-pounder, but he wanted to stop. I mean, he absolutely wouldn't stop. The stuff you hear about a triathlete, you hear about how much he likes to grind, it's all true. And, you know, he gets in here, and before you know it, he's going to the body. And it doesn't matter if I've got 30 pounds on him. When he starts punching holes in your gas tank, and he won't quit, he won't go away. He's very annoying. He's a very annoying guy. And then that's before he slaps you and starts talking trash to you. And there is a real thing. I mean, every major upset we've had, look, if a fight turns out to be harder than you thought the fight was going to be, that is when things unravel very quickly. When you find yourself in a situation where you go, man, I'm working harder than I thought I was going to have to. Chimaev only knows what he's being told. He's been told he's going to run through this guy. He's been told this is his shot into the big time. He's going to fight for the championship. He's a 12-1 dog. Nate Diaz can't go 5 minutes with him. It's one of these spots where he is going to find himself in a fight that's harder than he thought it was going to be. How is he going to respond? That's the question.
Yeah, exactly. I think my predictions on this fight, as much as people are counting out Nate Diaz on this one, I'm probably going to have to count him out too, just for the simple fact that Khamzat is going to play it safe. He's gonna take him down. He's going to control him, whether he finishes him or not. I don't want people necessarily to sleep on Nate, but man, just the dog and Chimaev just makes me want to put my money on him.
And I'm a fan. More than I'm a bettor, I'm a fan. And this fight isn't about number one contenderships. It's not about main events and a sold-out T-Mobile. It's about two words: what if? What if Nate Diaz has one more left? What if Nate Diaz catches a guillotine on the way in? What if Nate Diaz can cut him and make the doctor stop the fight? There's a lot of nostalgia that could be blinding me just a little bit. I'm taking Nate Diaz. I think it's going to be, going to have to catch him. I think it's going to be something weird, possibly an elbow where the doctor stops it and everybody boos. Either way, I'm taking Nate Diaz.
Well, there you have it. Let's make it fun. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Fight Breakdown. I am your host, Henry Cejudo, a.k.a. Triple C, and this is none other than Chael Sonnen, and we are out! So thank you guys again for watching. It means a lot to me. So you guys remember, there's more breakdown, there's more technique, there's more tactics, and there's definitely more cringe. So make sure to subscribe and click on that button. I'm out!